Hello and welcome to my journey of working with a personal stylist and doing a full wardrobe overhaul. Now, that is not a sentence I thought I would hear myself say out loud, but the context to this is that I am doing a full business rebrand. I've been running my business for 9, almost 10 years now, and the first and only time that I've had my branding done was back in 2019. So 6 years on, it would be an understatement to say that things need a bit of a freshen up. The exterior is not matching the interior, and I'm ready for a bit of a glow up. So I'm doing all the typical things, working with a designer on new branding, getting a new website done, new imagery. But for the first time ever, I'm adding in what I'm now understanding is a really big piece of the puzzle, which is me and my wardrobe and my style and what I wear. Now that I'm on the journey, it makes so much sense to me that my wardrobe and what I wear is a part of my brand. But I think previously, I just never quite made the connection. A stylist who I'm working with, Sophia Bailey, if you want to look her up, she's amazing. Already I can tell she's going to be exactly what I need to take me on this journey. I heard her speak at an event a couple of months ago, and she made this point of, we work so much on every other part of our brand and making sure that our graphics and everything that we share online is so cohesive and strategic. And then we ignore what arguably is one of the biggest representations of us, which is how we look. And it was when she said that, like, this light bulb moment just happened in my head of like, oh, I've never really considered that, or I've just never really wanted to think about that. But actually now feels like the time to consider that final piece of the puzzle. A, because I'm doing this rebrand, and hey, I don't want to turn up in person and someone feel like I'm, not cohesive with my own brand. I want to feel like every touch point I'm creating is doing the most and, nice and elevated. And alongside the rebrand, it also feels like the right time to do it because my body has changed a fair bit over the last couple of years, which means that my wardrobe is very small. I mean, it's always been very small, but it's smaller than ever. Like, I just don't have many clothes that fit me. And I definitely don't know how I want or kind of should dress my body. I don't think I've ever known that, but I definitely don't know it now because, like I said, a few things have changed for me there. So I'm excited. I'm definitely a bit nervous, but I feel like this whole rebrand has that blend of nervousness and excitement for me. And if there's anything I've learned in business, it's that those two things combined is often where growth sits. And I'm going to bring you on the journey with me of swapping what is currently my all black uniform of a black t-shirt and black jeans for maybe something a little bit more elevated, maybe even a little bit of color. So let me bring you up to speed on what's happened so far. I'm actually recording this kind of a day or two into the process, and then I'm going to keep checking in with you as we go. So the first step with Sophia was some kind of prep work. So I have my notes here so I don't forget. I did 3 things. I did a Kibbe body test, which is kind of like figuring out like your body shape, basically involved taking a picture of myself in my underwear and just answering lots of questions about how I looked, which was quite fun. I then did a Pinterest style board. If a rebrand is anything, it's full of Pinterest boards. I have so many Pinterest boards for the branding, for the website, for the wardrobe. But this one was quite fun to put together because for a long time, I think I would look at outfits and be like, oh, I love that, but I'd never wear that or I'd never try that. And then now I'm kind of like, oh, I'm for the first time ever maybe actually interested in wearing that. So I'll show as I'm talking some of the things that I pinned on that board. And then I also did a style questionnaire. So lots of questions about what I want my style to be, the gaps in my wardrobe. And Sophia does this really cool thing around your style pillars where you basically have these words that really kind of sum up your style and then like help you to shop and put together looks. And from memory, one of mine was modern, and Sophia describes that as clean lines, unfussy details, sleek, high contrast, tonal looks. And I'm like, yes, that is what I'm going for. Spoiler alert, I am not about to completely change my vibe. You probably won't find me in a frilly pink sundress, but I am looking for things to feel a bit more elevated. I'm also interested in adding in a little bit of color because there is a color in my rebrand. I know it's a bit scary to me, but I'm excited and I want to know how to bring that color in to my wardrobe in a way that still honors my preference for wearing black most of the time. And I also just want a wardrobe that feels really elevated. Like, I like looking put together, but I also just don't like putting loads of effort in or having to think a lot. So I really want a wardrobe of all of these pieces that I know look good, make me feel good, and are easy. Like, easy and elevated is the aim of the game here. And then once the onboarding was complete, I had Sophia come to my house and we began the process with a good chat, talking through my goals and actually looking through my wardrobe and trying on some outfits. So that was actually yesterday. So I'm going to stop chatting away and show you the clips of a little bit of what we got up to, and then I'll jump back in with some reflections and thoughts and feelings after that.
How are you feeling? Because everyone says, I'm nervous and I'm excited and I'm apprehensive.
It feels very indulgent. It feels very like, I don't know, I guess it's the part of the rerun that feels the most for me.
Yeah.
And that's a weird, like I'm so used to the business and everything's to the business. It's quite funny to think about. Even filling out that form, I was like, you know, none of the questions are like, how do you want your business? It's all like you. And I was like,
yeah,
that's interesting. But no, I'm excited. I mean, I've been on such a, like, I hate the word journey, but just like process of like, for a long, long time, had no interest in clothes. If you'd have invited me to do something like this 2 years ago, I wouldn't have even, I would just have not, like everything in me would be like, no, I never want to think about how I look.
Why?
Because I just had, well, what I thought at the time I was just uninterested, but therapy makes me realise that actually I think it was, I was so like uncomfortable in how I looked and in my body that thinking about clothes just wasn't something I was interested in. I'd always try and find the middle ground between looking put together, which is where the black came from slightly, because I was like, at least I look somewhat put together.
I love black. Like I wear a lot of black. I think it's chic, and like I'm not here to be like ditch the black. But I am interested because you said for events I want to stand out a little bit more.
Yes.
So talk to me about that.
My new branding has red in it.
Yes.
That's the colour that we've brought in. So I'm like, that's the one colour that I'm like, you could probably get me in something of that. Okay. But it would be a real like standout piece that I wouldn't wear very often, but that would be that. I guess when I think more about those like elevated outfits, it's maybe for me less about a different colour and more about like the fit and the structure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just that more, I don't know, you know when you see people and it's like, oh, that just looks good.
Yeah. So
it's just not jeans and a t-shirt.
When you dress in black, which we'll kind of go into when we look at your wardrobe, something to think about is like, because you're lacking in colour or print, you really have to bring it with the texture and structure.
Yes.
And there's like small details. That's where like your outfits go from kind of like fairly boring to kind of like feeling elevated. Yeah.
The way I make sense of business and chaos and just everything that is life is boundaries and things being in a box. So I just have this very safe clarity of like, that's what I wear and that's what I do, and that's even like with the house, like I would only now buy stuff that's like, I'm a very like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Yeah.
So anything that's in that grey area that's a bit uncomfortable, I'll very just instantly be like, no.
What are you about like trying new foods?
Such a therapy.
No, but I'm just
saying you're spot on. I don't eat, I mean I eat a Caesar salad every single day.
Right.
I eat this, I'm very...
So you're not really into trying new things that much?
Not in terms of those personal habits, no. Because I think business and life for me is so ever-changing and new. Like I try new things all the time. So I think in my little life, I'm like I have the same morning routine and I wake up at the same time and I wear the same clothes and I eat the same food. So I think it's a lot of that like routine and safety.
But you're willing to like...
Yeah. Okay. I'm here.
This is the kind of where you are here at the moment.
Yeah.
And then these are your pops. And it's like, how can we add some like neutral adjacent colours is what I call them.
Yeah, I really
to help you blend these with these in a more refined way. Go through some thoughts.
Yeah.
So I took some pins from your Pinterest board.
Yeah.
Your Pinterest board, I was like, yeah, this is Alice.
Okay, great. You're like, there's no like, this is the opposite.
Yeah, but I was like, this I feel is like very much like where she is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, how is there like these little tweaks or little things we can introduce or different cuts or things that maybe would just like slightly creep you into a like the next level but doesn't feel so scary. How we could maybe bring in like some more deeper rich tones.
Yeah.
Where you maybe want to introduce red, but maybe that feels a bit scary and a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What I would suggest is maybe introducing a burgundy. If you did want to introduce red, it wouldn't look so like, whoa.
Gotcha.
Because the high contrast against the black and the red can feel quite impactful.
Yes.
How does burgundy?
My gut said I'm very all or nothing, so my gut's just like red.
Okay.
And also there's something about burgundy that feels too pink.
Okay.
I'm very resistant to feeling girly and anything in that sphere. Whereas I think the reason I don't mind like red and yellow in my branding is because they're so saturated. They're so like
punchy.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm open to it, but I reckon I'd probably more lean to red. Okay. If I'm gonna do it.
I just thought like this little detail to really emphasize your like waist would be nice as like an accessory detail. I was also thinking about like elevated outfits, like something like this maybe. I thought like ways that we can just elevate your very like classic uniform, which is a black t-shirt, black trousers.
What I'm wearing right now. That reminds me of, which I completely forgot to list as someone whose fashion I do like, is the Anna Edit. Anna Newton. I really like her
style. Yeah, she's got great style.
I wouldn't necessarily wear everything, but I often watch her style videos and I'm like, cool.
She does that effortless, like modern classic style very well.
I feel like that reminds me of her.
Okay.
I wonder if I'll more prefer the red either as accessories or trouser.
Right.
Or less. There's something about that being so close to the face.
Okay.
It feels very red to me, but I'm very open. But I like it with the black.
No, that's really useful. Okay, amazing.
Yeah, definitely like that kind of silhouette with the skirt.
I'm really
interested
what I was thinking
in.
we could try, because you want to do skirts.
And it might be that I try on the skirt and go, I know when I know, so I might just try it on and be like, this is absolutely not for me.
So yeah, that's the thought process.
Love it. I'm excited.
So shall we now go to your wardrobe?
Let's.
Okay, amazing.
Go see what's in there. Not a lot. Well, there's a lot. Do you know what? I'm so ready to get rid of loads of stuff. There she is.
There she is. She's
So-
black.
She's black. Trousers.
Yeah.
Sleeveless tops.
Yeah.
Short sleeve tops. Long sleeve tops. Jumpers. Knitwear. Fancy dresses.
What are your favourite pieces in here?
I wear this all the time, as you'll have seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally all the same top in different fonts. I wear this. This is my, like, we've basically got going to a work thing, and then this would be like something fancy. It's like a strapless.
Oh, nice.
Situation. This has been a new addition from
Yes.
H&M, and I wear it a lot, but I don't love. I think I'd want it to be a bit darker,
Okay.
brown or black. But that fit, I reach for a lot
that
for
is
work
that
stuff.
that cut's really good on you.
James always says it looks like I'm working in a massage parlour. It's like,
is it a bit tunicky?
yes, it's tunicky. That's exactly it.
It's just what, plain black t-shirt.
Tight black top, long sleeve black top,
Back long sleeve.
tight black long sleeve, wide neck black long sleeve.
Yeah. How do you pick which one?
Do you know what? They all have a different fit. Like, I know them all so well. I know which one I want to wear. I'm like, now, I wore this so much when I bought it, and I was so scared of working with you because you might make me get rid of it. But I haven't worn this in like 3 months. I just don't reach. I think.
Do you want to put it on?
Yeah, because I think in the past I wore this to hide my, like, it was very much the like hide my body vibe,
Yeah.
and so it's very.
Oversized.
It's oversized, but I do like it.
I think it's like, I think, like styled in the right way.
Yeah.
I think it still looks cool.
Because I always put it on with these, and then it just looks like I'm wearing a suit. And
Yeah.
I think because they like those extra bits, like the jewelry or like, there's nothing else going on, so I always just feel a bit like I'm in my. I feel like Gru.
So also bringing your sleeves in line with your waist just gives that extra definition,
Gotcha.
and it's that visual breaks as well.
Yes. And I feel like, would you say with hair, like if you have this out, would you generally not have hair like here?
No, yeah, you're right. I quite like, you can do like one and then tuck,
Yeah.
like back, but yeah, try and have as much chest on show. If you
Yeah.
have all your hair forward, it just like
Yes. I see.
ruins.
I like it.
And I think that looks more chic.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
This is so exciting. I already own things that actually work.
Okay, so do that up.
Yeah, I like this.
So when you can't always like cinch,
Yeah.
as long as you bring your hemlines up to your waistline,
Yeah.
this is going to give you really nice proportions. It's going to lengthen your legs. I really love this as a concept
Yes.
because of the waist.
Yeah.
if you were to wear this, you would almost need brown trousers, because what happens is the length of it cuts you here.
Yeah.
If you have a colour that continues, there's no visual break. What would be better is if you had a asymmetrical hem.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Then you're not here anymore.
Yeah, so that's something that you can look for in tops, because that just softens the hip line and keeps that leg line really nice.
Interesting.
I think this silhouette could be really good for you. Well, I was thinking like a longer skirt.
Yeah. Do you ever then, not saying it would be this top, but have a top with this that's more like here?
I mean, yeah, there you go.
She's a stylist.
She is a stylist.
Because I like that as well.
Yeah.
That feels, almost makes it feel more, maybe not more casual, but less like housewife.
Yeah. I always talk about having diversity in your wardrobe. So like different cuts, different weights, different fabrics and different colours.
Yeah.
And not like repeating the same.
Yeah.
Instead of buying the same thing over and over again, it's like, okay, well, I've got that and that serves that purpose. What can I bring in that's going to still give me that silhouette, still give me that look I really like, but it's just going to feel different when I try it on.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just write a little wardrobe gap list then.
Whilst it's fresh.
While it's fresh in the mind. Let's do chunky, cool sandals.
Yeah.
Brown tonal looks, or like brown trousers. Statement tops with strong silhouette or cuts.
Yes. I feel like more tops that are tight and show like cut across here, or like
off the shoulder.
Interesting.
Off the shoulder.
Yeah.
Show décollage. I think that's it. Oh, bag that's not black. Okay, amazing. If anything comes to mind or got any questions, just WhatsApp me.
Hello again. I am coming at you with some reflections of the time that we had together that you've just seen. So if it wasn't clear, there were kind of 3 steps to what we did. So the first step was basically just a chat. I mean, it felt kind of like therapy. We were talking about my relationship with my wardrobe, with my body, why I love black so much. I've definitely been on a journey the last few months of realizing that I don't just wear all black because it's comfortable, but it's also a bit of a safety blanket, a bit of an armor. I like to feel invisible. So there's a lot going on up here to do with my clothes. Then we had a look at Sophia's Pinterest board, which was kind of a development of mine with some ideas in. And I feel like that was a good chance for me to see her vision and for her to get my reaction to that. I am quite opinionated. Like, I know what I like. And so across this whole rebrand, actually, with everyone that I'm working with, I'm definitely quite involved of just knowing when it's like, no, I know myself, I'm not going to like that. But I'm also aware that they are the expert. And so we kind of went through it through the lens of like, that's a hard no. I'm open to that. Prove me wrong on that. That's a definite yes, like kind of rating all of those things. And then the final thing that we did, which was so good, was going through my wardrobe. And as you'd have seen, we kind of went through piece by piece, audited all the things that I had, and actually started to put looks together. And I was again reminded that experts are experts for a reason, because Sophia is just genius at these small tweaks, which once she does them, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so obvious. But like, I'd have never thought of it. That just makes something look so much better. So even with like my big oversized suit that I often wear, I sometimes feel like it kind of drowns me. In fact, I literally used to wear it and I chose it because of that, because it just felt big and oversized and just like I was made invisible. And now that I'm not trying to do that as much, she just made these tiny tweaks, like just using these things to pull the sleeves up, or like having my chest out, or like changing the shoes with it. And it just looked 10 times better. And she did that with so many outfits. And what I loved was that she was showing me ways that I could elevate what I already had. I feel like one of the misconceptions of working with a stylist is they're just going to make you buy more stuff and, you know, everything that you've got is rubbish and you need everything new. And like, sure, we did identify the gaps that I have and we're going to go and fill those gaps, which I'm very excited about. But already I feel like I have a new wardrobe. Like, I feel genuinely excited for the things that I've got coming up over the next few days to try on these new looks with the clothes that I already have. So that was very exciting. And honestly, I feel like we could leave it here and I would be like, I've got so much value from this. Because even just learning like how her brain works in terms of why things look good on me or why they don't, like I feel like I'm almost learning the theory of how to dress not just my body, but how to dress for the vision that I have. And you know, when you look at someone and you're like, oh my gosh, you look so good. But it's like, why? What have they done? And how do we learn that theory so that we can apply it to ourselves? I love theory. I love learning. So this is very up my street. So I will catch back up with you when we're at the next step. And yeah, I'm just excited to go put on some more outfits, honestly. I've never been so thrilled to put clothes on my body. Hello, I have just whipped out my camera because I've seen that Sophia has emailed me my personal shopping preview and the ideas of what we're going to go and buy together. So I thought I would bring you with me as I take a first look. I have done an online review of some of the stores and created looks to consider. The aim is to inject a strong silhouette, interesting accessories, high contrast looks, black and white, head to toe brown, and pops of red. I haven't said that in this video yet, but you probably saw bits of it in my Pinterest boards and outfit ideas. Red is the color that I'm bringing in to my business, which you might think, why are you making such a big deal of it? It's a color. I wear black. Everything in my life is black. I don't have color. So this feels like a big deal. But anyway, I digress. And then she's put together a load of different looks for events and networking, casual social / weekends, and then date night, elevated social, dinner, which is kind of the 3 categories to the looks that I want to have. And honestly, first glance, I love these. It's so exciting to see things that I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to wear that. And I think I could give that a go. So what I need to do with this is go through and let her know any of the things that are like, nope, don't want to try it on, I don't think I'm going to like that. And then the things that I'm like, yes, love that. Because basically the way that it works from here is Sophia is going to go to the shops the day before we go shopping together. She's going to pick out all of these things in my size, and then she's going to put them aside so that, wait for it, I just get to turn up to these shops, walk into the dressing room with Sophia and try them on. I mean, have you ever heard something so bougie in all of your life? Honestly, looking through it, like 99% of this, I'm like, yes, love. The only 2 things I can see that I'm like, I don't think that's for me. One is a striped shirt. I don't know what it is about it, but it just feels quite busy, fussy. Sophia uses the words fussy a lot to describe what I don't like. And something about a stripe feels quite like, whoa, it's a lot going on there. So not sure about that. And then the only other thing I can see that I'm not sure on is a studded bag. This was actually in one of my Pinterest pictures, so I know why she's chosen it. And I love the color, but I think there's something about like all of the studs that I'm like, not sure that's for me. But genuinely, just those 2 things. I think the rest of it, I'm like, big fan. I want that, I want that, I want that. Let's go try it on. I've just messaged her my thoughts and feelings. And yeah, in 2 days' time, we will go shopping. But let's cut to the clips of what is hopefully going to be a very fun Thursday morning. I just heard your voice. I was like, she's here.
To be in Zara when there's no one else.
I know. So I'm probably sweating.
No, all good.
Good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I actually found a lot of good like staply bits. Wow pieces and other stories. All brand look. This isn't the perfect match, but it's like I found it. We could try it. Yeah. Woohoo! Ooh, I love that top. Yeah. No, it was good. Okay, let's tuck you in. Yeah, amazing. And then
like it.
I think like if you were gonna,
I actually really like these trousers.
yeah, I love this pleat actually. It's really gorgeous.
Yeah. You just think all of that isn't needed, right? You would just have a whatever the word
Yeah,
is.
because actually that's what's happening here is this.
Yeah, it looks.
I often recommend a halter neck with people with broader shoulders because it softens it.
Gotcha. And I don't love a drawstring.
Okay.
I love a belt. I think it's
Okay.
But I see the vision.
Okay. I'm just like putting things in front
No,
of you
it's
to
good.
show you like
Yeah.
how to just turn the dial on.
Yes.
Ta-da!
I really like.
Yeah. Oh, yay!
We've done it. Nailed it.
Because if you then just did red lips,
Yeah.
then you're balanced.
Or a red bag.
And then, yeah. Or then like, even if you had a black bag that feels, it's just the texture contrast. Isn't
Yes.
it? So, yeah, I don't like this leg.
No, that's what.
Damn. Well, I mean, I kind of knew they weren't going to be good, but I wanted the vision.
Yeah, good try.
So I think what's happening here is why you're better in a high waist. These are mid-rise.
Yeah, I just look so big.
Yeah, you want your waistband to finish here because that's the smallest part of your waist. By bringing the waistband down, you're losing that basically. I'm going to say success.
Success.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Just updating my social media, telling everyone Alice has bought something that's not black, guys.
Very exciting.
You've got like 2 outfits there.
Yeah.
At least.
And with the shoes, many outfits with those.
Yes. Like you start your day by putting clothes onto your body.
Yeah.
And if that is like a stressful, self-loathing exercise, or like your clothes make you feel shit, like that's not setting you up for a good day.
Very true, very true. Okie dokie. The shop always scares me. Hiya.
I'm Sophia.
Sophia, yeah.
I think there was like 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
White like skirt.
Yeah, I love.
About. These are a cropped black
Okay.
trouser, better fit. I actually tried these on yesterday and I liked the fit, so
Okay,
these are
cool.
going to probably be better. This I thought was really cool.
Love that.
Pinched waist and then, but it's short, so it's
Yes.
not going to sit too much on your hips. Okay, and
And the red.
So I thought that's just like an easy, you can put it under your blazer, you
Yeah.
can just like add it with black trousers. This kind of sculptural t-shirt with a little cap sleeve.
Like
This is a set. Okay, she's excited. You are actually really jazzed.
very red.
Initial
I feel like
thoughts?
I'm in the Handmaid's Tale.
I mean, it looks amazing. I like this combination. It's all about lifestyle, so you can do that kind of like effortless little vibe that you like. I mean, it's quite cool.
I like the shape of this trousers.
Like, you would definitely see it coming.
No, I'm open-minded.
I think it's maybe a bit thin.
Do you ever have friends who want to go shopping with you and basically work with you for free?
Yeah.
Mates who's like, fancy a shopping trip?
My mum is like, you have to come home and you have to take me shopping. And she's like, remember, I'm your first ever client. So top is a no. We've decided the collar's too much.
Yeah.
So the frill is like just the most. It's not very Alice. It's too fussy and like yeah. Ooh. And you've got that really nice balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the trousers.
Yeah. Like this could be a really nice speaking engagement,
Yes.
networking, worky outfit. Oh, here we
Side.
go. Ooh. I love those on you.
What did we think of? I think, do you know what I think my concern is with it is the bagginess because it's colourful and baggy. I think I could see myself in this in black with a nice tailored trouser.
Okay.
Or I like the red but more
Tailored.
yeah.
Okay.
But I love, like you said, that fabric.
Well, if you keep
great.
thinking about it, you know.
I know where it is. Second shop done. Success. I really like these trousers, but if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. It's one of my rules in life. So it's a hell no. Have a nice one. Cheers. The shopping day complete.
Shopping day complete. Very
Many
successful.
bags.
Many bags. How many black things did you buy?
Only like one. This top that I've got on now.
Yeah.
I'm so cute.
Is that? That's groundbreaking.
Yeah. One black outfit.
One black thing she
You
bought
should.
the whole
That's. You should celebrate.
yeah, I should.
I am back from my shopping trip with Sophia and I thought whilst I put things away I could do a little haul and talk you through some of the pieces before I then show you them styled up. We went to 3 shops, And Other Stories, Office and Zara, and Sophia also got me a couple of bits already from M&S because there wasn't an M&S where we were going. So let me show you those pieces first because they're things that I've never really owned before. Brown bag, I'm liking my brown, so brown is good. A new colour vibe for me completely. Red shoes. These with an all black outfit, Chef's kiss. Love. Let's unpack and other stories. Brown trousers, nice slim fit. White top, which has a it's like slanted and tight and it's a vibe. Red top, very red. I mean, it's just so bizarre to see that colour in my face. Next up on the red theme, we also went and got some shoes. I don't love owning lots of pairs of shoes, so I kind of said, look, give me like 2 pairs that you think I need. So one is the red heels and the other red trainers. And then the final bag to unpack is Zara. I love Zara. My body's changed quite a lot in the last couple of years. I never used to be able to shop in Zara, so it's funny going in there now and being like, oh, I can buy more than a pair of earrings. Second pair of brown trousers, love them. More in my comfort zone of colour. We have a black top. I actually liked this so much, I wore this out of the shop. I love this. Brown, new colour that I'm open to. And it's a bit of a well, you'll see me style it, but I really like that vibe. I feel like nice tops is what I was missing. We have made it to the part of the video which I'm going to assume if you've watched for this long you have been waiting for, which is my final looks and all of the bits that Sophia and I bought styled with my wardrobe and Sophia's expertise. Sophia has sent me my final lookbook, which is basically a ton of different outfits in different categories, stuff in my wardrobe already, stuff that we purchased, which I can just use as my kind of cheat sheet to knowing what to wear. Honestly, I love them all. She's done it in categories, so there's like Alice uniform elevated, i.e. all black but looking better. Elevated day, client or networking, client to event, lots of different scenarios, which means I can just have this to hand on my phone if I'm not sure what to wear and be like, I need an outfit that's that kind of vibe, and then see what she's put together. So without further ado, I'm going to try some of these on. It was so hard to whittle it down to just a few options, but I've gone for 6 different outfits. And also another thing that Sophia sent over was a few bits and links to purchase that we didn't get on the shopping day. So for example, we tried on a white skirt like this in And Other Stories, but the fabric just wasn't quite right. So she sent me a link of a different one to buy and a couple of other pieces as well. So now that that's all arrived, we can get trying. Let's go. So this first look is an Alice uniform, i.e. all black vibes, but elevated. And what I've learned from Sophia is that you can elevate things through accessories. So she's recommended I wear like chunkier gold earrings and then also a red lip, which I'm a fan of. So we have the red heels, which I love, asymmetric kind of top. I think that's what it is. Look at me. She sounds like a stylist. And then my brown bag. So here's the look. I love it. I feel very me in this, but I feel like an elevated me, which was the whole brief. So love this one. I'm sticking with the outfits that require a red lip because otherwise I'm going to be wiping it on and off and ending up with probably a very red looking face. This look is elevated day, client or networking, and it requires a new necklace that I've never owned before, never owned a necklace. And here it is. I love these trousers so much. They're from And Other Stories. They're brown, they're like thick, but oh, I'm a big fan. Really, really like them. And then this top I actually got secondhand from a market from one of my clients' stalls. It was so full circle. I walked up, picked this up, and then she turned around and was like, Alice, I'm in your On It program. Amazing lady called Clementine. So yeah, this is a little secondhand find. And then these shoes I've always had, but never really wore them, but I'm loving a little pointy number with a lot of these looks. Sophia also recommended I could do like a red bag with this, like this color red, and I feel like, stick with me, I know it's a shoe, but I feel like I could see that. Maybe I'll get a little bag that's bringing in the red. We are now in one of my favorite looks. This was actually the first ever outfit we tried on the shopping day, and I was like, yes, love it. Sophia, you're great. Let me make sure that you can see. Gotta get the shoes in. I'm learning that it's all about colours and things matching together. So you've got like brown, but then you've got the black belt, the black shoes, the black bag, and that I don't know, creates cohesion, makes it look balanced. I'm learning from Sophia that balance is the aim of the game when it comes to putting outfits together. And Sophia's also shown that I can wear my blazer with it. Here it is with the blazer, if I need a little jacket to wear on my way to something, or I feel like the cool kids wear their blazers on their, like how she's done it. I don't know if this is how she intends it, but a bit of a, I don't know. Is that cool? Who knows? But I love this outfit. Feels very me, but not black. So well done me. Well done Sophia, I should say. Now this next look is one of my absolute favorites, and it was clothes I already had, but just styled properly. Here it is. It is an outfit that I would have worn a lot before, but not like this. I would always have like a high neck black top underneath the blazer, and I definitely wouldn't be wearing red trainers. I also wouldn't necessarily even think to push the arms up. And because of that, whenever I saw myself in this like full blazer outfit, I always just felt so just like, I don't know, just like a blob. Like there was no shape, there was no interest. And I was a bit nervous that Sophia was going to tell me the blazer wasn't a vibe, but all I needed were a few tweaks, like fun pop of the shoe with the red trainer. I also feel like the red heel looks great with this. And then having nothing on underneath. I'm naked underneath my blazer, but when I wear this out, I just put like body tape here just so it feels really secure. And that simple shift of skin here and then the arms pushed up, which Sophia told me about these amazing things. They're like hairbands, but kind of springy and metal, and you put them on the sleeve and then push it up and then it keeps the sleeves up. And just having that arm out with the chest just creates a bit of interest, creates some balance, and doesn't then drown me in just a big black outfit. So I love this. I've already worn this quite a few times to events, and I feel, yeah, this chef's kiss, no notes. Okay, now for an outfit that feels very new for me because we have colour on my body, not just in the accessories. But we thought this would be a standout top to just wear when I want to make a bit more of an impact. This look is under the event or public speaking category, and I like it. Weirdly, I feel more comfortable when there's more colour, like the red shoe with the red top kind of balances it out and makes it feel less like intense for me. I've also got the option to wear the blazer with it, and again, Sophia just said if I'm wearing the blazer, make sure to have the arms up so that I'm not covering all of my skin. And she also gave me the tip that if I'm in something that's more covered, I can wear my hair up just to kind of expose my neck a bit more. But yeah, this is very different for me, but I'm kind of here for it. Anyone wants me to speak at a conference, I am ready. Got another outfit for event / networking, and I think you can see my feet. I've put on both of the shoe options recommended, so you can see the vibe. I mean, the red is kind of a heel, so my leg is like kind of lopsided, but there we go. I think honestly, one of the most helpful things about this process is learning the fit. Honestly, the most helpful, it's been so helpful to learn what shapes suit me. Like we really realized this, like, I don't know what it's called, but that kind of fit at the bottom I really like. And so even now when I'm looking at clothes to buy, I can kind of look through that lens and almost know before I try it on if it might be a good vibe for me. So yeah, I really like this. And again, Sophia said I could have a little red bag with it, so maybe this is my sign. Maybe I need a red bag. Okay, I'm gonna do the final outfit now, and it's the most stretchy, it's the least me, but I actually really, really love it. So let's go. Right, we've got business on the top. You've seen this before, but what is new and very different for me is that I am wearing a skirt. I don't think I've worn a skirt since I was in school. I quit school when I was 16, so that is a long time ago. But a lot of the things that I pinned on Pinterest was this kind of vibe, and we tried it on. The one in the shop wasn't quite right, but I was like, do you know what, I think I want to do it. And so I ordered this one that Sophia recommended, and I really like it. I mean, do I trust myself with white? No, but for special occasions where maybe I'm not cycling between events or gonna get it mucky, would I love to wear this? Yes, I really like it. It's also very comfy because I'm just riding free. I feel like a bag with this would be cute as well, and Sophia's just styled it with the black shoes. Love. That is my final outfit. I mean, there's so many more that Sophia has given me, but I will be here all day otherwise. And do you know what? Hats off to fashion YouTubers and bloggers, because this is work. I was like, 20 minutes, I just tried loads of outfits. Friend, this has not taken 20 minutes, but it's been a lot of fun. This is the aftermath of trying on so many clothes. That concludes not just this video, but my journey of working with a stylist. I really hope you've enjoyed watching along with this behind the scenes. I know this video has been a long one, but I wanted to show you every step of the process, and hopefully you could pick up on lots of the nuggets of wisdom that Sophia was sharing with me as well. She is brilliant. Genuinely, if you are looking to do something like this, I cannot recommend her enough. I think I was really nervous that a stylist would not just push me out of my comfort zone, but also just completely put me in things that I didn't feel like myself in, wasn't comfortable in, and always make me fashionable but not me. And actually Sophia didn't do that at all. She got my vision, she knew the areas that I was wanting to be stretched in and where I was wanting to kind of try new things, and she absolutely did that. I feel like the brief of an elevated wardrobe, more knowledge in how to dress myself, and just a whole load of ease when it comes to putting together looks. Tick, tick, tick. Incredibly happy and already reaping the rewards, feeling so much more comfortable about preparing for events or for filming. I didn't almost realize how much of a block it had been in my head, when I was thinking about speaking at something or going and filming the podcast, the friction it was causing in my head, just never knowing what to wear. And now literally having that lookbook that she sent me is so useful. I've got it saved on my phone and I just keep coming back to it, oh, let me take some inspiration from that, or oh, I could do that. See, I just feel I have not just the clothes, but also the tools and the knowledge and the kind of theory that I need to dress how I want to dress with ease. So a big thank you to Sophia, to you for watching along. And you know what? I'm also gonna thank myself, because I feel like this journey has taken confidence and trust and discomfort, and I'm proud of myself for trying new things and trusting the process. I'll leave all the links below for you to connect with Sophia, and please, please, please make sure that you subscribe, because I post not just the podcast here on YouTube, but also lots of different behind the scenes vlogs. So if you like this, stick around, click subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.